argument. That's my submission.
Interestingly, that argument means that where on the first date, say we look at the Punjab Provincial Assembly, I'm looking at the Election Commission's reply, and they've given the breakup on page 19 and 20. So if you look at the seats for the National Assembly, initially 22 to 24 को PMLN and PPP सारे breakdown दिए, they were given, so PMLN is right at the top, was given 17 seats, right? On 4/3/24 they are given an additional 10 seats, bringing their total number of seats to 27. Now there is a difference between 17 seats, which is worked out on some proportion, and a difference of 27, which is worked out on some other proportion. And so there you see that there is a problem here. This can't be that 17 seats भी proportional representation है और 27 seats भी proportional representation है.
My ladyship,
इसका मतलब तो यही बन रहा है ना, आप तो यही कह रहे हैं.
नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं.
जी, अगर वो political party वो रहती तो फिर 17 हो जाते, और क्योंकि वो political party नहीं है तो 27 हो गए.
Ladyship,
और आप कहते हैं ये proportionality को disturb नहीं करता.
That's my submission, and it doesn't disturb the proportionality because the proportionality has to be on the basis of the political parties list. That's the Constitution's word. May I go a little further? The first allocation was on the basis when these seats were in dispute. If they were, let us assume that these were genuine independents. These persons were genuine independents and they did not join any political party. Will the allocation change or not? The allocation will still change.
When you're talking about genuine independence, that would be a limited number.
No, the allocation on your example would not change because there the first allocation would do it.
Yes.
See, the question here is that there is a reallocation. There are two allocations. That is the problem. आप जो मिसाल दे रहे हैं ना कि they are true independents, तो वो तो पहली एलोकेशन पे ही बात खत्म हो जाती है. तो ये मसला ये आ रहा है कि जब पहले एलोकेशन हो गई, जिनका वो रूट जिस कैंडिडेट की वो PMLN थी या पीपल पार्टी थी या JUIP थी या व्हाटएवर इट वाज, उसके ओवर एंड अबव दैट, उसमें तो कोई झगड़ा कर ही नहीं रहा ना. ओवर एंड अबव दैट आप एक रीएलोकेशन कर रहे हैं ना. तो आपकी एग्जांपल विद ऑल ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट इज
no, my lord, maybe it was not elegantly phrased.
No, that's the question. But
I can never frame it as elegantly as your lordship, but may I make an
concluded on this point?
My lord,
have you concluded on this point?
My lord, with one sentence may I conclude. My submission is that if you exclude the independents, the Constitution, if there are independents who do not join a political party, then the provisos are not reached. Then the allocation takes place on the basis of the principal provision itself. For the proviso to kick in, the independent need to join a political party which has won a political seat, and then in that event they will be included for the purposes of calculation. When they join a political party which has not won a single seat, on my submission, in that case the proviso doesn't kick in. Secondly, my submission is that the proviso also will not kick in where under the main provision itself there is no list of political parties. That was the submission I was trying to make. I'm sorry.
You concluded on this point.
Yes,
no, can a thought occurred to me which was triggered by what Justice Jamal Khan had said, and it makes me look at things very differently. I also thought about Justice Shah's comment on the principles. I don't subscribe to the principle theory, but I do subscribe to the literal interpretation of the Constitution theory. We are all talking about why don't we ask the basic and fundamental question which nobody has asked, which nobody has addressed yet, which I'm grateful to my colleague for having triggered it in my mind, is this proportional representation only to bulk up political parties, or there is something far more fundamental? And what is that far more fundamental things? To bring in the participation of women, and to bring in the participation of non-Muslims. Now, do I gain support for this from the Constitution? There is Article 25 with particular reference to sub-clause 3. Zara aap dekh lein, padh lein zara please. Then I'll go to the two other provisions.
My Lord, yes, nothing in this article shall prevent the state from making any special provision for the protection of women and children.
Otherwise, somebody could challenge this provision and saying, but this is unconstitutional. How can you give these women, आए लड़े मैदान में आए खड़ी हो हमसे मुकाबला करें और जीते हैं. It could be struck down. This saves it. Then you turn to the principles of policy now, please. First read 34.
Steps shall be taken to ensure full participation of women in all spheres of national life.
Now read 36.